What's up, YouTube? We're back at it again. Another video. Since I haven't done one in like a while. The last successful video I made was I think a year ago, and I don't like that. I want a new video, so we're making a new one. Hop into single player here. Today we are making the Mig15bis. Looks little something like this. It's very cool. And oh geez, so I don't I'm pretty far. I just started on Russia, so. Anyways, we're not talking about War Thunder here. Today we are making this right here. And I know there's no landing gear, but don't worry, I'm working on it. I have another version since I have some time. Looks like this, and it does have landing gear. Whoa. However, as you can see, this part right here that I'm standing on. Can I zoom in, please? Okay. This that I'm standing on is kind of crappy. I don't like that. It doesn't look good compared to the normal one, but this one needs it to fly because there's not enough lift because you have to take out a wing, which sucks. But that's not what we're working on today. I'm going to be working on just the normal one. I will figure out the landing gear later, and then I'll probably do a conversion tutorial. So, I'm actually not going to do the whole plane today. I'm going to do it in segments. I already built it once and then realized my microphone was really, really low. So I have to redo this. Okay, hold on. Did I not turn on? Oh, not very smart. I have you off. Whoops. Okay, this, done. Okay. You will not need complexity mod for this build, by the way. I just needed it for spawning this in. We're going to be building this today. I know, looks a little complicated. Trust me, it's easy. Go by real quick. Probably just going to do it in one go, since I'm going to be honest, it's actually not that big of a piece to make. You can, if you look at it compared to the rest here, it's actually just a little bit. So, let's make this section here. I'll show you how. I'm gonna just do the exact same thing I did here. So I'm gonna start by just making a quick stand. I kind of forgot to last time, and it was not fun. So make a little stand here. Damn it. We're gonna start with some 1x4s like this. I'm actually gonna just take off half of this because we don't need this half right now. We're gonna do this outside part later. For now, we're just gonna make this flat section. So it's gonna be 1x4 and 2 of these. And I'm gonna take another 1x4 and I'm gonna make it so that it looks like almost like a T, like a really thick T. That looks like a T. There we go. You get overhang like that and overhang like that. Now I'm gonna place another one right here. It's level with this 1x4. I'm going to take a hinge. This hinge, make sure that this hinge points backwards so that it angles back. And I don't really feel like doing all the settings over, but I'll give you the settings right now. I tried to match the settings from the real thing as much as I could, like all the angles. Just used a protractor. 55 degrees. You can set the speed to whatever you want, but I know a lot of people like to use the hold setting. What this does is basically it just says it stays. Unless you give it another input. I'm just gonna keep it on steering. I don't know why. I've always done that. I've never had any issues, and that's just how it works. Go into the aerodynamic section and find these cylinders here. Little 1x2. You're gonna build up 1, 2, 3, 4 cylinders like this. Next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna make what this is going to glitch into. So start out with, it's gonna be all wedges and some rounded blocks, but mostly wedges. Start like this. This is going to be here, so give a 1 block gap, and we will drag glitch this all in the end. You don't have to if you don't want to, but there's not a ton of room for engines, so there's only like 2 engines in there, but it still goes the speed that we want it to go when we drag glitch. So I'm gonna take a look at this real quick. So it's 1x2, 2 of these. Take 2 1x2s, place them like this. You can use one of these too. Doesn't matter. Place this here and grab. See, these are all rounded. Now we're gonna go back over to this. I'm gonna make a quick exhaust. Just paint this black. And then we're gonna need, oh yeah, our new wedge piece. I really like this wedge piece. It makes me very happy. I'm glad it exists now. We're just gonna do the same thing here. Nope. Also, there's gonna be another thing that glitches here, which is going to be our vertical stabilizer. Which I guess this is our vertical stabilizer, but it needs a fin. So we're gonna put a block here. And I believe you do this. Is that right? No. That's right. Take one of these and make sure that it's not facing this. You're probably like, why? Why would I do that? It's not connected. Well, it will be. Just have patience, idiot. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, you're going to take another 1x2, put it like this, and grab an elevator fin. And while we're at it, I think we need a seat and a NOR gate. So take a NOR gate. Well, if you don't know what a NOR gate does, basically it just says it's always on until you turn it off. So if we give it no way to turn off, then we can just connect it to these and it'll always be on. If we just don't give it an input, it won't turn off. If you really don't want it to turn off from like EMPs and whatnot, make sure it's not toggled and just set the delay to 1,000 because EMPs don't last 1,000 seconds. So. But that doesn't matter for me because no one really uses EMPs in 1v1s. They kind of suck. I'm gonna put this here. Set this to 10. Hello. Do my keys not work? 10 degrees. Another trick is just take any gauge. I'm just using an XOR. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind. You don't have to. You can use a gravity sensor. Don't care. But basically, it just has to have nothing that attaches to the top here. Because this is going to be a hinge glitch that is going to move all of this up to be level with this. Why? Because there's no 5 long hinge. or 5 long wedge, so we're using a hinge. Set this to 10, make sure it's pointing up, this one's pointing back, and this one's pointing in here. And I believe this is not the right angle. I think this is 34 degrees. And make sure your north gate is set to everything. Okay, I already did that. Now we need one more thing. Copy this, make sure it's facing like this, and put it here. I'm gonna quickly connect these two so that I don't lose my reference. So as you can see, besides this one I stole its hinge, but that's okay. You can see, looks like, dang it. That looks like a wing, which is what we want. So I think we're doing it right. Next thing we're gonna do is these right here that I'm standing on. These are your, crap, what are these called? Elevators. I call them elevators for now. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm too lazy to find where the piston section actually is, so I'm just gonna search it up. Grab your piston, make sure it's facing like this, and make sure the connection points are on the outside. So grab this, speed, put it whatever you want, I don't care. Starting position 0, and auto reset on. Now, grab a tube cross, kind of flat, looks like this. Grab a shield. I swear this was called a shield. When did they change that? Grab another hinge. We don't have time for changing names. We need hinges. I apologize if I'm going a little fast here. Just trying to make it a little quicker. So you're gonna grab another one of these. Another one of these. Cylinder. Set this to 45. Sure, I think that should be connected to it. Okay. As long as you copy it, if you copy a hinge that's already connected from something, and you copy it so that it's gonna be connected, it will be configured. But if you copy it onto nothing, right now it's disconnected. If we connect it, whoops, it's not gonna be configured by that NOR gate. Take another wedge. What is it called? 2x2? Wedge 2x1x2. It's a long name for a block like this. Put it here. Then you're going to need one of these, I think, here. You're gonna need an elevator fin. Oh, I can already tell I'm wrong. Place this out one. Grab a 1x3 wedge. What did I do here? I have this like this and a piston here. And then a hinge. Make sure this hinge is, wait, hold on, backwards. Make sure this hinge pushes this towards us. Is that right? Did I do that right? No. I have this backwards. Spin this around. And then set this to, I don't even know what. 16 degrees. I tried to match the angles as much as I could on this build. Some things had to be a little tweaked. Hello, is this not working? Some things had to be a little bit tweaked. Just for Trailmaker's physics. Is that right? It always looked like that? Okay, I feel like something's wrong. That one looks like that, but that one looks... Oh. What is this one? So it turns out I'm missing something. And you don't have to, you can actually do whatever you want for this. There's two options. If you have the DLC, I recommend using this just because it matches, it's rounded, it just kind of flows nicely. But I'm trying to keep this thing as minimal on the details as I can. Also, you can just turn off the light. And there you go. Unless you want it on, you can place it back on the outside. Paint it red or green depending on port or starboard, but do they use port or starboard in planes? I know they use knots for speed. Anyways, we need a tube. Place it here. And boom. That's how you do it. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Keep note that when you copy things, you're gonna be reversed. So spin them around, and there you go. You've got a nice tail section already. But we're not done yet. We need an exhaust. Or this piece, rather. I'm gonna start with this right here. How the heck did I do this? Okay, so rounded 1x2, two 1x2s, and another rounded on the bottom. This hinge we made earlier, I'm just gonna copy it like this, move it up so that it faces like this. Take a tube elbow, and go to your panel section. Grab a panel 1x2 and the new 1x3 block. Gosh, I love this new 1x3 block. It's amazing. Connect the tube with a flat connector like this. Flat connectors don't have aerodynamics, in case you didn't know. That's a very useful tip I have found, is that they don't have aerodynamics, so you can kind of just slap them wherever. That's this part done. That middle, that's this. Now we need these angled pieces. These are a little more complicated, but still very simple. Just a lot of hinges. You'll notice that in more advanced builds, there's a lot of hinges. So we're gonna once again utilize the no aerodynamics of this flat connector. I'm gonna place it on a hinge like this. Make sure this hinge is facing up. Set the angle to 45, and then when you're doing the next one, you're gonna want it facing down, so that way this one goes up 45 and this one goes down 45, making like a rounded kind of piece like this. And once again, probably just gonna be like, well, why don't I just use this? If you want, but I think this looks better, in my opinion. Well, do whatever you want. But for this tutorial, I'm just gonna stick with this, just to show you guys some some building mechanics and stuff. And hinges are basically your best friend when you're building stuff like this. Unless they're glitching out on you, then they're not your best friend. Then they're assholes. 1x3 and a 1x4. So I'm just gonna copy this 1x3 from here. Grab another tube, connecting it so it looks like this. Hinge at 45 degrees. Flat connector to a tube. Steering hinge at 12 to a tube to a panel to a I am at caps lock on, whoops. 1x4, just right here. Just right behind that. Now, I'm gonna delete this from earlier. That was just, I was trying to show you. Because when we do this, I'm gonna select all. If you don't know how to select multiple blocks, hold down the left control and just select around. I think right control. Is there a right control? I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not a lefty. I know some people use the mouse on their left. I do not. So make sure this hinge is pointing in, this hinge is pointing in. This one's pointing, the up ones should be pointing up. The down ones should be pointing down. I know. It's really hard to understand, huh? And there we go. There's half of that. I'm just gonna take this whole thing we just made. Gotta line up this angle here. Sorry, my mouse is like not working. I'm on the bed right now because the termites ate my desk. So I have no, which is okay. I'm playing on the bed. But it's a little annoying. My back hurts. There you go. That's our tail section. We're not done yet. We need the most important thing. Can't be flying a Russian plane without a Russian star. Is that what it's called? Never mind. Star. Put a star here. That's all I'm saying. You can make it big or small, as long as it works. As long as it works. Kind of started there. That's our tail section done. Later we're gonna do this front section. I think I might just do the front section next, and then we'll do the middle later. So the wings are probably the hardest bit. I had a lot of trouble doing them just because they're, look at that angle. You gotta angle them just right. That's our tail section done. Let's delete all this. Dang it, I just deleted something that we needed. So there you go. There's your tail section for your MiG. I am out of time for today, but hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. I really like this. I've already made this once, but I'm still very proud of myself. Okay, have a great day, everyone.